Hey guys, it's Coach Mike, owner of Empowered Sports and Fitness. And we are back again for another movement game of the day. And the name of our game is called Texture Board. Here is how you play. This game is all about learning movement through different kinds of textures. And what you can do at home is you can create your very own texture board. Now, what I did was I just grabbed some household items, okay? And I put them on this piece of paper. So for example, I took some Post-its and I crumpled them up to make a texture that was rough. Then I just took a regular Post-it and I just put it on the piece of paper, and if you run your finger over it, it's kind of smooth. I had a paper clip, and a paper clip, if you run your finger over it, is kind of bumpy. And then I had some tissue that I taped onto this piece of paper, and if you run your finger over some tissue, it's kind of soft. So what you would do is you would have your athlete feel the different kinds of textures, and then they would act out the different movements based on the texture they just felt. So for example, if I'm feeling rough, I'm feeling the texture rough right now, I would think that rough would look a little something like this. This to me means rough, okay? Now, there is no right or wrong. It's based on your athlete's interpretation. That happened to be my interpretation of what rough would look like if I acted it out through a movement. So, let's keep going. Smooth is next. If we were to touch a smooth surface or a texture that was smooth, what might that look like? Well, to me, and this is how I interpret smooth, this is what smooth would look like. Just like so. Acting out smooth. Very nice. Let's keep going. Let's go to soft. All right, so we're touching the tissue. That feels soft to me. What would soft look like in a movement? Well, based on my interpretation, this is what I think soft looks like. Now, everybody's interpretation is different. Remember, there is no right, there is no wrong. But this is how I interpret soft. And finally, we have the paper clip, which to me feels quite bumpy. What would bumpy look like to your athlete? How would they move their body? Well, to me, this is how I interpret bumpy. This is what I think bumpy would look like if it was a movement. All right? Now, you can get as creative as you like with your texture board. You could do something like wavy or spiky. All right, so let's see, wavy. To me, wavy would look like this as a movement. Okay? And spiky would look like this. Woo, this is spiky to me. Okay? And if you wanted to do any other texture, that's totally up to you. This is a do-it-yourself kind of project, making movement out of texture, having a whole lot of fun with the family, and afterwards, you can take your texture board and you can hang it on up. It could be a nice little piece of art that your athlete could go back to and reference and create movement anytime they like. Please remember to keep moving, have fun, and stay tuned for our next video.